Good afternoon, everyone. This past May, I met a 78-year-old man named Matahichi Oishi. Mr. Oishi told me a story from when he was 18 years old. Mr. Oishi used to work as a fisherman on the fishing boat, the Daigo Fukuryumaru. On March 1st, 1994, the Daigo Fukuryumaru was fishing in the middle of the Pacific. The crew was working very early in the morning when suddenly the sky lit up. The crew said to one another, "Wow, the sun rose so early this morning." They saw a strange cloud shaped like a mushroom rising on the horizon. Soon after, white ash began to rain down on the Daigo Fukuryumaru. The crew didn't know what the ash was. The journey back to Japan took 2 weeks. During the journey, all of the members of the crew started to feel very sick. Their hair fell out, their gums bled, they threw up, had awful headaches, and had pain in their eyes. When they arrived in Japan, they were hospitalized. What happened? What was the white ash that covered the Daigo Fukuryumaru? Why was everyone so terribly sick? On March 1st, 1954, the American military tested a hydrogen bomb in the Pacific in an experiment called Operation Castle Bravo. The bomb was 2.5 times larger than was expected, 1,000 times larger than the bomb that fell on Hiroshima. A strong east wind blew the radioactive fallout over a very wide area. The Marshall Islands, the Daigo Fukuryumaru, and 100 other fishing boats were exposed to the radiation. When the Daigo Fukuryumaru returned to Japan, the crew was diagnosed with severe radiation sickness. The doctors asked America for information about how to treat the crew. At first, America ignored the doctor's letters and denied that the crew had radiation poisoning. Then, America accused the ship of being in restricted waters, even though it wasn't. After that, the fishermen were accused of being Soviet spies. 6 months later, Kuboyama Akichi, one of the members of the crew, died from radiation poisoning, just one of the many victims of Operation Castle Bravo. Mr. Oishi, now 78 years old, is the only living crew member of the Daigo Fukuryumaru. He doesn't want what's happened in the future. He doesn't want what's happened to be forgotten. So he asked me to share his story. Although Mr. Oishi's story is set in 1954, we all know that nuclear disasters are not a problem of the past. Let's remember those who have suffered and who are suffering and work towards a solution to the nuclear problem. Thank you for listening.